What's up, guys? My name is Benjamin Jones. I am currently a junior in Justin Hodgson's Advanced Expository Writing class. Over the course of the semester, I plan to provide weekly vlogs that talk about current trends and issues in the gaming industry today. Today, I want to discuss the impact that graphics have in swaying gamers to purchase one game over another, and I want to also explore whether developers are focusing on the right characteristics when creating these new interactive adventures. A new poll by GameStop shows that 75% of gamers actually believe that graphics are one of the most important, if not the most important, impacting characteristic that will get them to buy these games. I think that's kind of ridiculous, to be honest, and I'm about to explain to you why. Take a game called Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront. This was a game that was fantastic in 2004, 2005. It was made by LucasArts. A company called EA, which is a huge, major gaming company, bought the rights to this franchise and decided they were going to remake this game. During E3, which is called the Electronic Entertainment Expo, EA showed off gameplay for Star Wars Battlefront. It made so many people extremely excited. There was nostalgia everywhere. It looked visually stunning, and a lot of people were thinking that this was going to be one of the most immersive, exciting entertainment experiences that anyone would ever play. The game came out in November of 2016, and it was amazing for probably 2 weeks. The reason? It had 4 total maps. Think about that. A game that was supposed to be one of the biggest selling games probably in recent history had 4 total maps. There was very little content, there were very few game modes, and a lot of people frankly just got tired of it. On top of that, EA didn't even include a single player campaign. Even the game that came out in 2004 had a campaign in it. And I wasn't the only one who had this sort of issue with the game. Millions of people, after a few weeks, dropped the game completely. You can see there's statistics that show that the player counts on PC and on consoles decreased below 10,000 after only a few weeks of the game actually being out. EA studio head Patrick Sunderland recently came out with a sort of explanation of why there was no single-player campaign and why there was a lack of content. He said, and I quote, "The one thing that we got criticized for was a lack of single-player content. It was a conscious decision we made up during the time, and being able to launch the game side by side with the movie, Star Wars The Force Awakens, that came out to get the strongest possible impact." So what he's basically saying there is, yeah, we decided to cut the campaign out to give people a lack of content just to make a profit, to profit off of Star Wars The Force Awakens coming out, which is an extremely terrible excuse. It's a good excuse in a business standpoint, but to consumers, that's kind of a slap in the face. And the worst part is, that's not the only game where this is happening. There are several other examples of games, such as Titanfall, that don't give users enough content to sustain them. And it not only affects the consumer, it also affects the business. Because what I have noticed, and what many people have noticed, is if you don't give users enough base content, they're not going to be around to purchase your content that you add later on. They're not going to be around to purchase your DLC packs that you hand out to them. And I think this is a problem from both ends. I think that consumers are too focused on graphics and having the most visually stunning games that they lose sight of what is really important. What's really important in a video game is not how gorgeous it is. Sure, it looks great for a few hours to look at, to explore. But if you don't have enough content to sustain you, if you don't have the gameplay to keep you involved, engaged, focused, you're not going to stay around. And so often, these E3 shows showcase the graphics, and you can look in the comment section. In fact, I challenge you this June to look in the comment section at some of these games and look at what people say. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen comments such as, "Oh, well, the graphics look crappy, so the game's going to be crappy, obviously." Which just isn't the case. Until businesses truly realize that content truly trumps graphics and that they really need to focus on content over visuals, they're going to keep making money on these games. Sure, they might make some on the base game, but what about after that? It's important for these companies to understand that the best games get you into a zone where you stop paying attention to how it looks because you're so immersed in the gameplay. Until they realize this, they're not going to be successful for a long period of time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Peace out.